social media has created this whole illusion of options that people have now, as well as unrealistic expectations, because you're seeing things that aren't reality. You got women seeing.
Yeah, it's interesting because with social media, especially for the modern women, right? And again, on my channel, I don't really like talking negatively about women, but these women that I'm talking about, the ones that are dimes on Instagram and bad AF, a lot of those women, what we got to understand is a lot of the dudes in their DMs won't be there when they're 36. They just want what's fat back there. They just want the SEX. And a lot of times women confuse the options in their DMs as real options. Yeah, those dudes, they'll love to have SEX with you, but that doesn't necessarily mean they want to be with you. It's a difference. And this is what twists up the dating game, because you got to think about it with social media, right? You have access to everybody around the world, right? Let's say Chris Brown comes to town, right? And he DMs a woman, right? DMs a girl. And he sleeps with her. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can pull Chris Brown because he slept with you. Now, if Chris Brown wifed you up, he made you his wife, then there's a difference. But the whole purpose of me stating that story is because a lot of times we have unrealistic expectations and we have these illusions of options. Chris Brown is not a real option for you. Those dudes in your DM are not real options, but in your head, you think they are. See, a lot of times women think those are real options because they think they'll be there forever. Yeah, they're there because you look as good as you look right now. What you really need to be working on is making sure you're a wholesome woman, making sure you're more feminine, making sure you know how to be with the man, making sure you know how to be a wife, because those are the things that's going to help you. But again, this all starts from where? Social media.
Got women seeing these women be given lavish gifts and trips and all this stuff, and now they looking at their man like, well, you ain't take me nowhere all year. What's going on, right? You got men looking at their girl that can't live up to the standard of the IG model or whatever, and not being able to appreciate what's in front of him.
Man, shout out to J. Cole, one of my favorite artists. And J. Cole has a song called Love Yours where he talks about, man, you'll never get more until you love yours. Like, it's gonna always be a crib that's bigger than the one you got. It's gonna always be a chick that look better than the one you got, but you ain't gonna never, you know what I'm saying, have more or be happy until you love yours. And that's such the truth. A lot of times, comparison, guys, is the thief of joy. And a lot of times we're looking at what other people are doing on the gram, or we're looking at this other chick like, damn, man, she looked that good. Man, I wish I could have her. And we're comparing it to what we got in front of us. And what you got to understand is a lot of that is fake. It's makeup. It's filters. It's not real. It's a snapshot of people's lives. See, the thing with social media is it's a subconscious game, right? A lot of the times you don't even know that you're comparing yourself. But what happens is when you get off your phone, you're depressed, because it happened to me. I get off my phone, I'm depressed because I'm not the main character in my own life. And what you got to understand is it's cool to see things online and admire things. I think that's all right. But if you're using the stuff you see online and it's making you depressed, and you're bringing that stuff into your situations in your life saying, oh, but this person took this person here, that's when you done messed up. See, that's when, and I think social media can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. It's a bad thing when you're using it to self-destruct or to tear apart your real life. You feel me?
A lot of people just getting lost in what they're seeing online, and it's distorting, again, people's perception of reality and how they approach dating and relationships. But I also think that the internet takes advantage.
Man, I think that's a fact too, because it's so many elements when it comes to the whole social media thing, right? You could talk about that for years. You can make 10 books on it, right? But just some things I'm thinking about at the top of my head, freestyling or whatever. I'm also thinking about how us men, we look at a woman online saying, oh, I want a guy that's 6'6", he gotta make 6 figures, he gotta drive a Ferrari. And what we gotta understand is a woman may say that online, but in person it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because How many of those type of dudes are actually out here running around that's six figures, got a Ferrari? How many of those dudes really out here? You know what I'm saying? So what you got to understand is a lot of times men make these sayings, oh, all women want is money. All women want is money. Well, if all women want is money, then you must just want gold diggers. Anybody that gets women knows that all women don't just want money. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we look at we look at what people say online and we think it's real. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to deal with people in real life. Get off the phone, go to the stores, talk to people. See, we got to do a better job at getting our social skills better. That's really what it is. Get off the internet, work on them insecurities, work on them trauma, have some hobbies. Screen time. If you got an iPhone, there's settings on here you can control to where it limits the amount of times you get on social media per day. Look at your percentage. How much time are you giving to social media every day? That's very important.
Advantage of people's emotional state. And so with that, with now TikTok and Reels and little short clips, people are getting triggered and falling into the trap of just this clip that's completely out of context. But you take it out of context properly, you can create a whole new narrative. And now people run with that and push that. And again, just creates more chaos and nonsense in the dating world.
And that's the thing, to navigate in this dating world. For one, you don't want people around you who move off social media, who are into trends or doing things because they see this person doing it. You want somebody that has they're a real person. They have a real way of thinking. The internet doesn't do their thinking. This is why I talk about so much on this channel, to make sure your vetting skills are good so you can point that out in somebody. But also too, stop taking your stand. Now there's a lot of things you can learn online, right? Like I love TikTok because you can, if you're watching the right stuff, you can set your algorithm to where it needs to be. So for me, there's a lot of educational content I watch on TikTok, whether it's dating and relationships, whether it's business, but you got to learn how to take things from online and just apply it to your arsenal. That's real information coming from a logical place. See, a lot of times we take these couple goals, or we take it. The thing is, it sucks because everyone is just taking information in and applying it their own way. But at the end of the day, your only focus as a man should be, for one, to prioritize your life in the correct way. You should have your mission and purpose, and whoever your higher power is, it should be your family and friends, your hobbies. You know what I'm saying? And then women should be last. And I'm not saying treat women like SH sugar honey iced tea. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, a lot of men were out here so focused on what women want and all these different things, and this woman rejected me and I'm chasing her. So what I'm saying is, learn how to prioritize your life and work on yourself, and then the rest will fall into place. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to have a mind of your own. Because if you don't have a mind of your own, social media will control you. It will take over you. You will be saddened. You will think every woman just wants money. You will just think every woman wants a 6'6" dude. Why? Because it's an excuse for you to give up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, focus on yourself as a man. Focus on becoming more in tune with yourself. And just focus on learning how to vet the people in your life, man, straight up. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.